Welcome back to Detroit's Morning Answer. I'll never forget when I had my first child. Her name is Jada. I'll never forget when we had our first ultrasound. And, man, the feeling that it gave me that I was about to be a dad. It was the greatest feeling. And I saw that I was able to see every aspect of her. I already knew it was a girl. I had already picked out her name, Jada, a combination of my first initials and my wife's first initials, Jada, Jada. And that's why I'm excited to have our next guest, Preborn Ministries. They have become one of the most influential, life-affirming organizations in the country. Not because of political arguments, but because it steps into the most vulnerable moment a woman can experience. Preborn provides free ultrasounds for women who are facing unplanned pregnancies. The ministry funds ultrasound sessions through donations. It also supplies pregnancy clinics with ultrasound machines at no cost. These clinics receive operational grants, digital outreach support, and the kind of day-to-day help that allows them to reach women who often feel completely alone. This is a mission that changes the story before it ever becomes a headline. When a mother sees the child within her, something shifts. Hope rises, fear settles. Life has a way of speaking for itself when it becomes visible. Scott Wilder has been at the center of this work. His voice, and he has a booming voice for radio. I don't know about the face, but I know about the voice. His voice has encouraged thousands of families and supported clinics across the country. This conversation is about life, truth, and the quiet work that saves futures long before the world knows a name. Scott Wilder, welcome back to Detroit's Morning Answer.
So nice.
Oh, look at that voice.
What a nice intro. Yeah, I know it's just an old voice. That's all. Just been around a couple of days. I was listening to you talk about your first ultrasound experience, and the phrase, or to paraphrase, boy, it gets real, doesn't it?
Quick.
When you see that baby, everything changes. I mean, it really, all the things that we've been told by influencers, by celebrities, by movie stars, by singers, by society, maybe even by people close to us about what that is at that stage.
Yeah.
All that goes away because that's a baby. That's my baby.
Yes.
That is my baby, and I am her dad. I mean, that is the way that it feels. So what Preborn does, and has done so well for almost 20 years, just providing ultrasounds for girls and women. For so long, a lot of people thought this was all going to be about laws and bans and politics, and I never argued that. I always said, or made the case, I don't mean argue like fight, I made the case, no. This is a matter of the heart.
Yeah.
And laws and bans don't change hearts. And so what you want to do is give the truth to the person who's going to make the decision. And then, as I say, provide the ultrasound, leave it there. Because it will do the work on its own. You'll double the likelihood she's going to choose life. And speaking of doubling, there is a $1-for-$1 match in place right now. If you'd like to join us in providing ultrasound. So if you provide one, another will be provided. Provide 10, 10 more will be provided. Provide 100, 100 more will be provided. And so all you have to do is go to the station website, and that is theanswerdetroit.com. theanswerdetroit.com. You'll see that red bar at the top of the homepage, or you can call this number at 833-850-2229, 833-850-2229. 100% of what you give, 100% goes directly to providing ultrasounds. And you say, wait a minute, every organization has overhead, every organization has other expenses, and that's true. But at Preborn, we separately fundraise for those. So we can come to you on the radio and say every single dollar that you give, every $28 provides one ultrasound, and every dollar you give will go directly to providing ultrasound. So it's very efficient. A lot of people wondering about end-of-year giving or year-end giving, and you have maybe an extra little bit you need to do something with. It's all tax deductible, and it saves babies, and there's a $1-for-$1 match, and 100% goes directly to providing the ultrasound. So it really is the most efficient way and the most holistic approach to standing for life. And just one more thing. It's not the end, it is the beginning. For those of us who've been pro-life for so many years. The rest of the world, the pro-choice or the pro-abortion folks, they sort of talk about us like we don't really care about the mom, we don't really care about the baby, but that's not true. I mean, this is the beginning, not the end. When you provide the ultrasound through preborn today, that is the beginning of a 2-year-long mentorship that includes providing free services like free maternity clothes, baby clothes, diapers, strollers, cribs, formula, parenting classes, counseling, all of this. And no judgment, man, no judgy eyes. We put an arm around the shoulder. We don't wag a finger in somebody's face. So if you've ever wondered, especially maybe here, you might wonder, well, I can't really do anything. I mean, look at our governor here in Michigan. I mean, everything is making it difficult to stand for life. I understand that if you view it from the political lens, but if you view it from the personal lens, what can I do today that is going to make a difference? It may not make the biggest noise, but it will make the biggest difference. And the answer is simply provide ultrasounds to the girl who's going to make the decision. That's what we're doing today. We invite you to do it today. If it is Christmas time, man, we're saving babies. And all those Christmas stockings you look at, wouldn't it be fun to save that many babies? So during the whole Christmas season, as you look at those Christmas stockings every morning, every night, you can know next year there are going to be more Christmas stockings because I have saved that many babies by providing that many ultrasounds. So every $28 provides one. $140 could save 5 babies. $280 saves 10. A lot of people like to do a lower amount over a longer period of time. So $28 a month would save a baby a month for less than $1 a day. So lots of ways to do it. We invite you to join us and do it. We're so excited and so excited about your commitment, John, to what we're doing. 833-850-2229. Double your impact today. It's a $1 match.
There's a red banner, right, that they can click to, correct?
Yeah, if you go to theanswerdetroit.com at the top of the homepage, and I've done it before, it takes like 40 seconds. It's no time at all. And you click, and if you have a comment you want to leave, do it in somebody's name, somebody's memory, somebody's honor. Maybe you want to do this and give it to the people in your life that really have everything they could want or maybe even need at Christmas time, and you say, I'm going to save babies in the name of my all my kids and grandkids, or all my parents, or my aunt and uncle, or my friends. I saved a baby in your name, or we're going to save one like a stocking stuffer for all your kids, grandkids. Maybe you'd like to do that. So whatever your metric is, whatever motivates you, we don't want anybody to miss out on doing such a great thing. There are babies alive today because of what we did together last year. There are Christmas stockings today for babies and for moms who have a different memory of the decision they made last year because we together had provided those ultrasounds. We're doing it again. We don't want you to miss out. So if you've ever done it, it's a great thing to do. If you've never done it, join us in saving babies today. We have today to save 100 babies. It's a total of $2,800. So every $28 could save. Maybe you want to save 5 at $140. 833-850-2229 or at the answerdetroit.com. Theanswerdetroit.com, and click on the red bar at the top of the page.
You know what, Scott Wilder? I'm going to tell you why ultrasound and having a woman who's at that crossroads in her life is so important. My wife and I don't talk about this a lot, but my wife and I, we were strong pro-life. With my uncle, Hiram Crawford, he has a group in Illinois called Pro-Life, Pro-Family. And we've saved so many so many children's lives. I think about one of my, this young lady, I think she's like 22 today. And one of the first things that my wife and I said, just go have an ultrasound. Go see the baby. But today, Scott, the ultrasound technology has advanced in some extraordinary ways.
Yeah.
How have these advances affected the decisions that mothers make when they see such a clearer image of their child?
Yeah, I have my kids are in their 30s now, and I have 3. And those days, 30 plus years ago, it was still remarkable. You could still see what the doctors said, no, that's the heart, that's the hand. And as the baby grew in the womb, you could tell more and more and more. But today, with the 3D, 4D technology, it changes everything. I mean, those things that in ago times we didn't see until close to the end of pregnancy, where you could really see the baby's face and sucking thumb and all those toes and all those kinds of things. You can see those things so much more clearly now. And I think, I just go back to, are you going to believe the world says it's not a baby? And it's almost like, are you going to believe me or your lying eyes? Your eyes tell you it's a baby. When you see that baby and hear that heartbeat, you know it's a baby. One quick story. I think of a young couple, high school sophomores, unmarried. They're pregnant. She's pregnant. The father of the baby comes with her to a preborn center. They're on the way to get an abortion. And she had heard that we provide free ultrasound. So she came, she convinced the boyfriend, it won't cost you any money. It's free. It won't take much time. We'll keep the other appointment. And so they came in. He sat as far as he could get away from the machine, really wanted nothing to do with it. The young girl saw on the screen her baby, and her eyes, of course, filled with tears. She can't believe it, can't believe what she's seeing. And she motions to the boyfriend, come look at this. It's unbelievable. He doesn't even look up from his cell phone. He really wants nothing to do with it. But then the sonographer put the Doppler on the young woman's belly, and the sound of the baby's heartbeat began to resound in the room again. And that young man just put his cell phone down, stood up, and almost to his own surprise, heard himself say, "That's a baby." And they chose life that day. That is the impact you have today when you provide an ultrasound with preborn. So don't put it off even another minute. We're going to save 100 babies today. You want to be a part of that. 833-850-2229. Double your gift today. A dollar for dollar match today.
Yeah.
Go to theanswerdetroit.com, click on the red banner at the top of the page, or call 833-850-2229.
Scott, the culture often reduces these women to political talking points. Yep. But your ministry sees a very different picture, and it paints a very different picture. What do people misunderstand about women in unplanned pregnancies?
Yeah. I think it's so easy for people on the far left to dismiss it as it's not a baby, it's just a choice, it's a clump of cells, it's an unviable tissue mass. The abortion is just a lunchtime procedure, and of course now you can order the pills, and the sad part there, the tragic part, horrific part is it turns a girl's apartment, her bathroom, into the abortion clinic. I mean, you talk about not being able to avoid, it's where she puts her makeup on, it's where she brushes her hair. So on the left, they dismiss it as not a baby. And on the right, sometimes, the judgy side of all of us, we sort of say things like, don't you know how this happens? I mean, this is not the right thing for you. What are you thinking? That sort of thing. So both those sides are extremes that are not helpful. The thing to do is to say, we're not going to judge you. We love you. We support you. You have needs. It's not just about knowing the truth. That's important. You can't really make an informed decision if you are not informed.
Yeah.
And so providing the truth at the most important time in her life, I've never believed, honestly, the left when they've said they're pro-woman, because I don't believe that you can be pro-woman but also be against women having the truth as they make this decision.
Yeah.
Well, how could you possibly be pro-woman if it's almost like pat her on the head, tell her that's okay, sweetheart, you don't need to see this. We already know what it is. We'll tell you. I trust women. Let women see the truth. They will make their own decision. And so even if you're pro-choice, it seems to me you would want women to have the truth so they can be empowered, to use a popular word, to let them be empowered to do what they believe is right. And what we found is, as you expose the truth, as you give the truth, as you gift the truth to women, as they are empowered to make whatever choice they want to make, you'll double the likelihood that she'll choose life, because she sees the truth and everything else fades away. Everything she's been told, all the lies that she's been told about what it is and what it isn't. When you see a baby, when you hear a separate heartbeat inside your body, you know that is a baby. Now, she still might make that other choice, but at least she has made that choice as an informed person. And I would just say both sides have missed it. the hard on one side that's real judgy, and the hard on the other side that is so dismissive. Those of us in the middle simply love people and want women to, for every baby that is saved, it's not just a baby that's saved, it's also a mom who is saved from the regret that will come. It's not a matter of, quote, make it go away, and therefore she has not, it was not a baby and she was not a mother. No, when you are pregnant, you are a mother. That is it. You are a mother. The question is, will the baby be born or not? And I believe that it's not enough just to curse the darkness, to be outraged by the laws, to be outraged by the politics. That's not enough. We can't just curse the darkness. We have to be the light. We have to shine the light of truth. And that's what Preborn's done for 20 years. And today we're doing it with you. And we're excited to do it because we have just today to save 100 babies. And the phone number again is 833-850-2229 or online. Click on that red bar, top of the homepage, theanswerdetroit.com.
Yeah. Now, Scott, Scott Wilder, you've said many times, I've heard you be interviewed on a couple of different radio stations. And one of the things that you say many times is that the ultrasound is the most powerful tool for life. What does the data show about decisions after a mother sees her child?
Yeah, it's more than 83% of the time when a girl sees her baby, hears her baby's heartbeat. That's a national average. We have 280 different preborn affiliate centers across America. Now, let me tell you that those numbers are much higher in some places. I'll tell you that up through this date in the state of Texas, which is my home state, in the state of Texas, that number is 98%. So 98% of the time in Texas, when a girl sees her baby on the ultrasound, hears her baby's heartbeat, in Texas, that number is 98%. In Sacramento, the Sacramento preborn centers, that number is more than 95%. So it is different depending on where you are in the country, but nationally, certainly we know that you'll more than double the likelihood she'll choose life. It really is the single most, I think, consequential thing you can do if you're pro-life. If you've ever, said, well, what can I do that really will make a difference? The answer is provide ultrasounds. If you'll provide an ultrasound today, more than 83% of the time, that will result in a choice as soon as she gets that ultrasound, a choice for life. And so I just think it's easy to do. I'll tell you something else. I think it's ours to do. If we don't do it, it's not going to be done. Those are liberal friends, and we have friends that are liberals, obviously, but our liberal friends will join us in doing many good things like building cinder block houses and clothing the naked and feeding the hungry and drilling wells and purifying water and all those kind of things. They're great. It's great to have our liberal friends join us in those things. But let me tell you, on this, if we don't do it, it won't be done. This is an inside job.
Yeah.
They are not only not assisting us in this, they are opposing us in this. They have the money, they have the media, they have the momentum, they have the political infrastructure, and everything is pushing and pulling girls in the other direction. And all we're saying is give the truth to a girl, let her make her mind up, and that's what we're doing today. We're very excited to do it. We've saved in the last year thousands and thousands of babies. If you want to look at the last calendar year, 67,556 babies saved and 105 ultrasound machines placed. If you want to provide an ultrasound machine, remember, there's a dollar for dollar match. So whatever you give, that's going to be matched. Whatever you give, 100% of it goes to providing ultrasounds, or in the case of an ultrasound machine, and that is a $15,000 one-time gift. Let me tell you, I used to think nobody can do this. We placed more than 2 a week last year in preborn centers. 105 were placed last year, and we are above that pace, beyond that pace for this year. So somebody somewhere does it, especially year-end giving. Year-end giving, and just know that your dollar for dollar match is in place today. So whether it's a one-time gift, whether it's $28, or whether it's an ultrasound machine for $15,000, we're saving babies today. And there's a dollar for dollar match in place, and we're excited to have the chance to bring it to you. At the end of this day, wouldn't it be great? You put your head on the pillow and you know, I made a difference. I didn't just talk about it. I made a difference. The doing is the proof that the feeling is real. You know what I mean?
Yes,
I mean,
sir.
we said sometimes, maybe you've heard this phrase, I hear what you're saying, but your actions have drowned it out. Your actions are drowning out your words. It's not just about what we say. It is about what we do. The doing is the proof that the feeling is real. So today is what we're doing. We're not just talking about it. We're doing something about it. And I want at the end of this day, you to be able to say, yep, it was good to do good. And I did it with my friends at The Answer Detroit again. Go to theanswerdetroit.com or call 833-850-2229.
Wow, Scott Wilder, that was amazing. I have some people sending me text messages that are saying they don't want to just help now. How can they help throughout the year?
It's good. I mean, one of the easiest ways to do it is to say, I'm going to give $28 a month. $28 a month saves a baby a month for less than $1 a day. Every time the calendar changes, boom. Every single month, I've saved another baby, saved another baby, saved another baby. So that's a lower amount over a longer period of time. But I have things in my life that are like that, that I don't want it just to be sort of a one-time thing that I do, but I want it to be sort of more a part of who I am. And so I have things like that. That's a really easy way. It's less than $1 a day.
Yeah.
I mean, so like the change left over from going to get coffee, the change in the console in the car left over from fast food lunch, that can actually save a baby every single month. And you won't even know it's missing. $1 a day. You won't even know that it's gone. That's sort of an ongoing way. And just know, again, it is the beginning, not the end. It is a beginning of free services. Including free maternity clothes and baby clothes and all of those things we talked about, but and a 2-year-long mentorship that is a part of what Preborn has been doing so well. And look, we don't take any money from the government. The only funds that we have are those from the people like you who are listening right now and say, you know what, the world has all of that other stuff.
Yeah.
We're going to make sure that we do our part. Thank you.
All right, Scott Wilder, Preborn Ministries. Guys, go out, click on at theanswerdetroit.com, click on the red banner, and let's save lives this year. Scott Wilder, thanks so much for joining us.
Pleasure, man. Pleasure.
All right, we'll be right back.